All right, let's take our first break. We'll come back with more Dougie Almeida, who's performing at Vasani's. Again, get your ticket 629-9191 or log on to Vasani.net.
Where's Charlotte Doe?
Welcome back to the Larry Timko Show on 1070 The Zone, where Charlotte County comes to play. Dougie Almeida in studio with us, performing at Vasani's all weekend long. For tickets, log on to Vasani.net or call 941-629-9191 to make your reservations. My son Dallas Timko also in studio. Don't you have a baseball blog? You still working on that?
Kinda.
All right. Okay. Well, Charlie Morton pitching today, and you met Charlie. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he signs autographs for like an hour while Tommy Pham doesn't even take 2 seconds out of his time.
But Tommy Pham did throw you a baseball.
Yeah.
So, okay then. He's not that bad.
He threw it at him at 100 miles an hour. That was nice, but yeah.
Dude's intense.
Yeah.
Tommy Pham does not smile, doesn't really associate with the fans or anything. He just gives everybody dirty looks. But then he gives you a dirty look. That's good, because that means he's going to throw you a baseball.
Yeah. So I like it when he gives me dirty looks.
Yeah, I like his intensity.
Yeah.
I think the Rays need something like that.
Yeah, I like having him on there.
You know, it reminds me of Logan Morrison. Logan was very intense.
That's true, except Logan Morrison was good for 1 year and then signed with the Twins and became really bad.
Everybody who signs for the Twins is pretty bad, no?
Well, I mean, that's not true.
Well, anybody who leaves the Rays becomes bad, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Lucas Duda.
Yeah.
Signed a minor league contract with the Twins.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking during the break about our good pal Robert Kraft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you do a podcast,
Right.
And it's not always sports related, but this time you brought up Kraft.
Yeah, we did, because I'm a bit of a connoisseur of the Asian massage parlors.
But that's because of your fighting days.
Yeah, I used to go like once a week, and I'm a big guy, especially back then when I was fighting. You know, I was a crap brick house, as they say. You know, squatting 500 pounds. I was training.
God.
Yeah, I was always sore. So I would go to like regular massage, but it would be horrible. So great massages, right? And so there's certain things. You know, can you imagine like going into one of those places and you're waiting, which is an awkward situation. You know, you're hiding behind the plant or the Chinese wall they have in there, you know, the lantern.
Goldfish.
Yeah, you just hide you like don't want to be seen. You're turning your head. All of a sudden, you see Robert Kraft walk out.
With a smile.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm like, oh, my God. Then you're thinking, what kind of tip do I got to leave?
All right.
And this guy, billionaire, just went up in there before I did.
Would you shake his hand if he was leaving?
I wouldn't shake his masseuse's hand, but I'd shake his hand.
No doubt.
Hey, can we take a selfie? Not right now. It's not a good place. Well, come on.
It shocked me. I mean, yeah, okay, he's a widower. I understand that. You get lonely, but you're a billionaire. You can have any lady you pretty much want if you want.
And it's awkward when you go there. I mean, listen, you always worry, even from the first day, you always refer to these places, right? And your friends say, oh, you got to go, you know, and you're like, all right. And then I went and I got massage, you know. But you're always worried because there's always a story there's FBI going to just burst in. Yeah. You know, like, oh come on. What am I doing? I'm not trafficking. I'm not the one bringing people here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm helping. It's like I'm an economic motivator, you know, but I tell people, like, most of them are Korean. And I studied Korean martial arts, old black belts in Hapkido and Taekwondo. Yeah. And I always say, if you ever go there, just understand what the word, how to say, thank you very much, or thank you in Korean. It's kamsohamnida. It is. It sounds like it's innuendo-y, but it's kamsohamnida. So if you're ever there, you know, if you want the code word for the for the happy thing, then it's Godzilla. Just say I like Godzilla, and then you get the special treat. Although I imagine across the country now at Asian massage parlors, there's the new special, the Robert Kraft special.
Right.
You know, you got to ask for that now.
Right, 6 rings.
Yeah, exactly. 2 hands.
2 hands, 6 rings.
Yes.
Nice. That's hilarious. How did you go from cage fighting to comedy?
Well, I actually fought Muay Thai.
Okay.
And I always did that. You know, I played soccer.
Like even when as a kid?
Yeah, I've been in martial arts since I was 5.
Oh, wow.
And I had 3 older brothers, all the Bruce Lee, you know, in the 70s. Yeah. And, you know, we used to make nunchucks by cutting the table, like table legs apart, put a little screw in there with chains and stuff like that. You know, so we're always into it. And so I always had to be doing something. You know, I got out of college, I became a financial planner, but I had to do something. So I played soccer. I still played soccer competitively. I used to be in martial arts.
People actually trusted you with money.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, I'm a fiduciary, buddy.
Yeah, nice.
I'm a fiduciary.
Nice.
So one day I was training, and I actually was an ISK referee. So I used to referee kickboxing matches.
Oh, wow.
And these guys would be talking all kinds of nonsense, trash talking each other. And I'd be in the ring watching these guys like, you guys terrible. I'll beat your guys' butt. You know what I mean? So one day my trainer says, well, you want to do this? I go, yeah, let's do this just to get in shape. Wow. So I hired a strength coach and I got the strongest I've ever been in my life, and fought 10 10 fights undefeated.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, and it was like, but that was the best part about it was I'm 5'9".
Yeah.
When I fought, I was like 208, and I was fighting guys 200 plus.
Yeah.
Super heavyweight.
Well, isn't Jean-Claude Van Damme short?
Yeah, he's. People always just say that when I was fighting. Like, would you fight him? Yeah, I'd fight him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have no problem fighting Jean-Claude. Steven Seagal is a true guy that I don't know if I'd want to tangle with.
He's got the weight though. He's weight.
Yeah, he's just a big dude.
He's a big dude.
And but he's a true
Jean-Claude,
technician.
man, he was short and stocky.
Yeah.
I was a big Van Damme fan in middle school. We watched all his movies, Kickboxer and all that stuff.
I have a few photos in my photo album of me doing the Van Damme split between chairs.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Ouch! Groin pull.
I still surprise people in the gym when my big butt goes in there and does some splits on the floor, and
You're still that flexible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God! How?
My voice goes up a few octaves.
I bet.
But no, it's But yeah, I loved it, dude. That was just something. And then my last fight, I won the fight. My dad, a few months before he passed, said, "I don't want you to fight anymore." You get kicked in the head. Next thing you know, you're in a bus, with a helmet on the rest of your life. So, but it was fun, man. It was like I got in shape, and then it was good.
So you actually quit because your dad wanted you to.
Yeah, and you know what? It was at that point, because again, I fought everybody. I fought my 10 fights were with either somebody who was 4 or 5 inches taller than me. And or 50 pounds heavier than me.
But you were winning. You were beating them.
Yeah. Some fights ended in 12 seconds. I broke a guy's leg in 12 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got video of this?
Yeah, that's on my Facebook page.
I want to check it out.
That one's on there.
That's great.
And it was funny because in Florida, they really weren't sanctioned. Their ISK started was the Florida Boxing Association was sanctioned, so the rules were kind of weird at the time. And so a lot of times, especially my first couple fights, one of my first fights ended in 12 seconds. Yeah. The other one ended in like 30 seconds. Like kicked the guy, knocked him out. And then, so all of a sudden, the trainers of the other camps are like, "Oh, we want to wear headgear for the fight." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to wear headgear. It's a choice." But if the other fighter wants to wear headgear, you got to wear your headgear.
Okay.
And if you want to wear I didn't ever want to wear shin protectors. No, we're going to make that guy wear shin protectors, like little pads on your shins. I'm like, God. But then I'm fighting a guy who's 6'5", 250, and I was 208, 5'9".
And he's all in pads. And
he looks like that guy in the bubble wrap commercial about life insurance. I got to fight Dougie now.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah,
that's great. But I just figured 10-0, man, it'd be hard to leave, wouldn't it? Was it a difficult decision for you?
No, I mean, what I really wanted to do was I wanted to get under just the heavyweight, just to get to like 190. I couldn't lose that weight. I could not get to that point. I walk by a pizza box. If there's a slice in there, I'm going to grab it. You know what I mean? I can't. Yeah. Like our Mike Marino this morning at breakfast. We're talking. I got the eggs. I got the donuts. I got all kinds of stuff there. He's like, I got to eat this. Yeah. I'm pacing myself. I ate 1 of 3 donuts. When I go back after the show, I'm going to eat my other powdered donut.
See, if I being at Vasani's, I don't want to eat for the whole day because I just want to binge eat at Vasani's.
Right. And Mike, God bless that guy. He eats salad with chicken. And I'm looking at this menu. I almost ordered it last night. I go, oh, that looks really good. I probably won't be all full and burpy and all kinds of stuff after. When you eat kind of stuff like that.
He hates vegetables and salad.
Oh, yeah, that's not true. I eat salad.
Yeah. He has a bite.
With no dressing. Just plain lettuce.
Yeah, I will say that.
But, I can't. You got a menu, a Vasani menu in front of you. I'm gonna get some kale.
Oh, yeah.
No, man.
No way.
I had the chicken penny alla vodka.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
I love penny alla vodka sauce.
Yeah, I get it with the angel hair.
Yeah.
I like the angel hair.
Angel hair is awesome.
Yeah, the penny's so thick. It lasts me 2 days. Their food.
Yeah.
I have to eat it the second day.
Yeah, I feel bad now because I ate the whole thing.
Hey, man, more power to you.
No leftovers.
The only thing that we never have leftovers on is the meat, the steaks, the ribeyes. We house that, but the pasta, because the pasta portions are so big, man.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of carbs. Nice.
No doubt.
Nice. So you leave, and then you go into financial planning, then comedy?
Well, I've been financial planner since I was 21 out of collage.
Okay.
I've been doing it 29 years.
All right, so you have a degree.
Yeah, I have a degree in it, and what's great about it now is because it gives me freedom to go wherever I want. Like, I don't have to show. I have my own practice. I walked away from a major firm about 8-9 years ago.
Wow.
I took my 50 most affluent clients.
Nice.
And I can work from the hotel.
Heck yeah.
A computer, a phone. I can travel anywhere I want. I'm not stuck, being in I can't go anywhere. So it's been great. Yeah. And I'm blessed because, you do something 29 years, you better be good at it.
Yeah.
I used to say like comedy is a 10-year rule. They say, what's the 10-year rule in comedy? And to me is, after 10 years, you better be funny. Because if you're not, you could have been a doctor by now. You spend 10 years in comedy and you're not funny.
Yeah.
You wasted your time.
No. That's my biggest fear is just getting up on stage and bombing. I don't know. I couldn't handle it. I don't think. That would be the end of my career. So that's why I don't do stand-up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Last night, we had the full crowd, but there was moments. There were one of these crowds that were tight. You had And sometimes as a comic, you're going through that, like, oh, I got to step it up, or I got to change I got to come up with more stuff. And then you force it, and it's even worse. So I kind of got this feel like, I'm just going to keep going through my stuff. This is the way they are. They're older. They're just, some old people don't go, ha, ha, ha. Some people just go, you know what I mean? And they'll come up to after you like, yeah, we're great. I'm like, really? Didn't seem that way when I was looking at you. But, they look like, I even made my last night. I'm like, what is this, a reverse mortgage seminar going on here? This is a comedy show. But I just kind of kept my pace. And when you're opening for somebody, your job is to make sure, just get them in the laughing mode.
Okay.
You don't want to kill, you don't want to destroy. You just really want to, you're happy just making them, but you don't want to bomb. Because when that happens, I love when a comic, you see, because everybody will bomb. Sometimes it's just something's wrong. And I learned this lesson from Tony Woods, very funny comic. One day he's on stage one day and he's like, he's doing great, and all of a sudden for like a period, no one's laughing. And he didn't get all mad, like, what's wrong with you people? Nothing worse than insulting the crowd. It's like their fault. But he's like, I got to tell you, when you guys are quiet, you do it together. You know what I mean? He owned the situation.
Yeah.
And you got to own it. Just relax and enjoy it and somehow turn it around.
That's awesome. Well, you're definitely a comedian veteran. You've been doing it long enough, so you know how to work that crowd.
You get polished. That's the expression. You end up getting polished. You don't get thrown. It's like in sports. I think about, and fighting, it's very big. Like if you're in martial arts, most of the time it's just keeping that composure. Somebody's bullying you, young kid, somebody comes up to you, they try to intimidate you, and you smile. You just sit there and smile, and that kid's going to be thinking, like I had a reputation in my fights, I'd be smiling. You see pictures of me in a fight, I'm sitting there with a smile on my face. And the people, they look at you like, what's wrong with this guy? Is he mental? And then, then when they hit you, you don't, that hurt. No, you want to smile, and it's intimidating.
It's funny because I was always the runt in my group. I'm the little tiny guy with the big mouth. So when I got in a fight, I fought dirty. That's the only way you know how to fight, especially when you're a little kid. I was like, I'll go Mike Tyson. I'll bite your ear off.
Why not?
I don't care. I'm a little guy. I got to defend myself the best way I can. But I never took martial arts. I should have.
Yeah, it's a great.
But it also teaches you discipline, too.
Yeah,
right?
You don't go around beating people up. Exactly. It's like the Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to beat you up.
I've been watching the Cobra Kai on YouTube. It's actually fun.
Yeah. They stopped filming it, though, didn't it? Is it still going?
I think they got one. I heard according to Brent Ernst, they are filming a second season.
Yeah, because he's in that.
Yeah,
I had a buddy of mine, John, that did a party. He was like a health inspector. He had a role in there. He came in. It was pretty cool. But, it's good for the kid. You learn how to, you learn respect. You learn discipline. You learn achievement. You learn failure.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was funny because sometimes I worked for a school one time, and they would, like, you would give kids belts just to keep going.
Yeah.
And you're like, that kid can't be a black belt. He can barely tie his shoes. And then so sometimes you have to break a board. Sometimes these kids just aren't capable of breaking a board. So a little trick is you take a razor and you slit down the middle of the board. You just cut a little bit into the board with a razor through it. And that way when the kid goes to kick it, at least it's a little helpful.
I thought you were going to say we're using balsa wood.
Yeah, it's been sitting in the ocean for 10 years.
Snap. Easy.
My big break when I used to do demonstrations, I'd break a baseball bat with my shin.
Oh, man. I thought you were going to say concrete blocks.
Yeah, I did some concrete
that?
blocks.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but the shin, that was the impressive thing. Like other guys in the school would do jump flip kicks and jump over somebody and do a side kick into three ball. I would just sit there and people would hold like a baseball bat.
And you just break
and
over
I would just
shin?
use my shin and break the baseball bat.
First person I've ever seen do that was Bo Jackson. Off
his knee.
Off his knee. He got mad striking out and just snapped the bat over his knee. I'm like, that was the first time I've ever seen
Bo
that
Jackson.
Yeah, I love Bo. He was my
favorite.
He was
awesome.
player growing up.
That scene where he just plows over what's his name?
Brian Bosworth.
Brian Bosworth.
Yeah,
just runs him over.
Runs him over.
Leaves tracks on his chest.
But he was just so good. Baseball, football. Yeah. This guy could have done anything he wanted. It's a shame he had to bust his hip.
I remember that. I was watching that game when he got tackled, right? He got on the sideline, he got tackled, got that hip point or whatever it was, and got his hip all messed up.
What really sucked is the next week, they were going to play Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills. Yeah. And we all had these signs, because I lived up there at the time, Bo don't know snow. We were all ready for Bo Jackson, and he didn't come because he broke his hip the week before.
Now he's doing commercials.
Yep. And I'll never forget that game either, because Buffalo won that game 51-3.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
You can never forget that as a Buffalo fan.
I'm not even a Buffalo Bills fan either. I remember that game specifically, just 51-3 over the Raiders. That was great because we're all Bo Jackson fans. But.
How impressive that though when you could play two professional sports.
Yeah,
I was always in awe of that, like Deion Sanders, guys like that,
and be good at both of them too. That's
exactly.
the key. And that's what I'm wondering about this new kid, this Kyler Murray. He's a quarterback, but he was drafted ninth by the Oakland A's. So if he doesn't pan out in football, I expect him to be like a Tim Tebow and go back to baseball.
Now, your son plays baseball. A lot of parents are talking about. I coach soccer, but a lot of parents don't want their kids to play football anymore.
I'm not buying that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like flag football. I think for kids under the age of 13, they should play flag football.
Right.
But once you hit your 13, 14 years age,